Photographer in here? Anybody want to be my photographer?
I got you. Hey, so we
get that button. So one of the worst things about batting cleanup, anybody got any baseball fans in here?
You ain't cleaned up yet.
Anyway, I ain't cleaned up. But the worst thing about going after others is you'll hear your speech be talked about with somebody else. Great speech, Soraya. I definitely was going to talk about resilience. Matter of fact, I was going to talk about a lot of stuff you want to talk about. I feel like what differentiates us, though, is our stories, right? So I'm just going to tell you my story. Just a little bit about me. My name is Branden Ward. I'm the owner of the We Mentality. That's my business. We're taking off right now to the heights. I'm also an author. I have 3 published books. I also have a coloring book. I have 3 beautiful children. And I do a lot. I'm a certified disc practitioner. I work with leadership. I return to commerce. But right now, my newest role that I am in the community is helping veterans transfer out of the military and into civilianhood and becoming entrepreneurs and business owners. So I've done all these things, but I'm just going to tell you the path to get there. Before that, though, I was a police officer on the west side in 89106 at Branden Area Community. Right? I'm one of the only cops who can pretty much walk those streets and still walking when I don't need no protection. I don't need any of that because I show people love no matter what. I show them respect, but the career was short-lived. Sometimes things are going to be short-lived because things are only going to be here for a season. And I feel like I got everything I needed out of the police in order to become the person that I am today. So with the police, it taught me discipline. Not just discipline, it taught me how to take shit, right? How to deal with pain, how to deal with disrespect, but have a mind like Jackie Robinson to still push through because I know that I have a passion, I got a mission, I got a vision, but most of all, I got a purpose. Do you feel like you live in your purpose? And you don't really got to raise your hand because not everybody is living a purpose. And I'm not trying to put you on blast because in order for me to get into my purpose, I had to experience a tragedy. So in 2006, I was trick-or-treating with my family. Everything was going great. We went to this trunk-or-treat, amazing event. They had the jumpers, they had the candy, right? We had 2 bags full of candy. And my daughter, Brazil, she was 6 years old at the time, she tells me, she says, Dad, it was on a Thursday. And if you got a kid in elementary, the kid has to get done with all their homework on Thursday so that they can turn it in on Friday. So my daughter says, hey, Dad, I got a bag full of candy. She was like, I'm trying to get student of the month. So she was like, well, I need to get home and finish my homework. I'm like, you know what, baby? You make me so proud. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Let's do this. So I'm pushing my daughter. I had 1 daughter in the stroller. My son, he was 10 at the time. Brazil was 6. And as we were going across the street, this car flies by me. And as I'm sitting there and I'm like, hey, there's kids around here. I'm yelling at that car. I don't even see that there's another car following that car and chasing that car. So as we commit to the street, everybody disperses. It's my family, it's another family. But my daughter, she pauses. And as she pauses, all I hear was a loud bang. And I couldn't see her. I didn't see anything. But as I looked to the left, I just saw a lifeless body laying down. I rushed to her body. I checked her pulse. Luckily, leading up to that, I've been CPR certified all my life. I was a lifeguard, all those, so I already knew CPR. So I immediately started to administer CPR. There used to be a time when I used to speak, I used to tell everybody, look, you need to get CPR certified. If you're not, you never know when you got to save a life. Well, anyway, I administered CPR that night, and I had to be resilient because the first 3 sessions that I did, or the first 3, it didn't work. The 4th one, it really took me, I had to have faith, I had to pray to God. And luckily, when I put those 3 breaths in her lungs, she opened up her eyes, and all I had to do was wait for the paramedics. I'm not trying to sour this night with a sad story.
No, you good. Tell your truth.
But when we went to the hospital, now it's like being on a movie. You're sitting there, you're in the waiting room, and you're waiting for the doctors to come and tell you something. Like you literally don't know what they're going to tell you. The doctors told me, hey, your daughter's a very sick little girl. She got a 10% chance of living. So at the same time, while all this is happening, although I want her to get better, the person who hit my daughter, he got away. He never got caught. And he still hasn't got caught to this day. So you can only imagine the pain that I felt as a man going through that. I was there the night that my daughter got hit. Matter of fact, she was right next to me. So I couldn't protect her, but I had to save her life. So as she got better every day, I developed this concept of 1%, right? 1% better, right? Every day you can heal. I feel like no matter what you're going through, you can constantly get better. So when she was getting 1% better every day, I felt like she was being resilient. I felt like she was being a superhero. And all my life, all I wanted to do was be a superhero, and I didn't know that I was going to be a superhero while saving my daughter. It's one of the worst feelings ever. But at the same time, as she got better and she got better, and it was getting 1% better, it was 5% better, it was 3% better. She was in a coma for 2 months. And as she got better, I got worse because I didn't take care of myself. I wasn't eating, I wasn't working out, I wasn't studying, I wasn't doing anything for Branden. All my energy was on Brazil when she was at the hospital. Luckily, on Christmas, they told her she was going to be getting out, and they released her the day after. So now we got to go through rehabilitation and physical therapy. But at the same time, while my daughter is getting better, all I'm doing is getting worse. Luckily, I had a best friend who came to me and he said, hey, look, I need you to start pouring into yourself. I need you to start eating, start bringing me smoothies, start giving me vitamins, really started making me take care of myself. You always need that voice in your life that's going to help you get through the darkest times in your life. Luckily, God always sends me that one person that I need to help me get through it, right? And I truly feel like they're always available because I'm a praying man. And I prayed every meal that I did. I prayed over that drink that I just got from the bar, to be honest with you, right? Because I just don't know, right? I don't know whatever I'm consuming. I want to make sure that it is healthy for me. But with that being said, with all that, going through that, it was an awakening for me. To watch her get better every day, to watch her come out of that coma, to see her get better in physical therapy, but more than anything, this community stepped up for me. If you go back in 2013 and you look up Branden Ward, you'll see my family. We had about 100 videos on the news. I was on channel 3, I was on channel 5, I was on channel 8, I was on channel 13, I was on Telemundo. I was on everything. You know, that shit, you're telling my story. I'm telling you, it was crazy. But I was on there. And by seeing myself be resilient and tell my story and trying to look for that driver, I saw something in myself. Although I saw myself being painful, I saw myself resilient. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to waste another day of my life. If you know me, I live every day in purpose. Ever since then, like I said, I didn't have no publications. I was just a manager working at this job. I had employees, I was a leader, but I wasn't living in my purpose. Going through that tragedy, it helped me live my purpose. I told myself I never wanted to have that type of pain again, but you never know how your pain gonna come. So usually when you up and you feel great, I'm telling you, somebody gonna come and they're gonna try to knock you down. And sometimes people can't do it, but when it's God's time to do it, you gotta listen. And I'm listening again. I'm at a time in life right now where I'm experiencing the most change that I've ever experienced. I'm probably experiencing the most pain I've ever experienced, but it's not painful to me. I'm numb to it. I'm focused. Every day I wake up, I'm mission driven. Them posts that you see me in the gym, that's just me boosting my confidence. I'm not trying to show off. I'm not thirst trapping. I'm not doing none of that. I'm looking at Branden Ward like I love him. And I'm willing to pour into him no matter how much pain I go through. And if my pain inspires you, then I'm fulfilling my mission. Right? So every day I'm fulfilling my mission. Ever since that accident, I've been speaking on stages, I've done conferences, I've done podcasts, I've done radio shows, I've written books, I've spoken to kids, I've spoken to adults, I've spoken to leaders. And right now, my business is taking off more than it's ever taken off before. I just made more, I'm gonna tell you about it. I just made more money last week than I've ever made in my life. Yeah. And I did it all silently, though. I didn't want nobody to know. I just worked. I worked in silence while I felt like this community hated on me and certain people hated on me. When I felt like people turned their back on me, all that did was motivate me. Because you can't stop me. And if I show up every day and I show up resilient, what are you going to do? There's nothing. So I don't care who it is in your life who try to stop you, whether it's a marriage, a divorce, children, the judge, the court, the police, whoever it is. Look, as long as we don't give up, we can accomplish it. We can do anything. I don't know where my life is going to take me. because I'm starting completely over, like Soraya did in 2022. And I was so scared of it. But I'm gonna be honest with you, it's been the best experience that I ever had. The best experience I ever had. So in closing, don't wait on this universe to make you change and force you into your purpose. If you have the vision, if you have the energy, the desire, and the health to do what it is that you want to do, just do it. There's really nobody here to stop you. And even if they try to stop you, I'm telling you they can't. Right? You gotta be resilient. If you can't do it yourself, look around you and get somebody to help you. Right? More than anything, all I want everybody to do is be in your purpose, and whatever it is that you're trying to get through, even if you need to heal first, heal. And even if it gotta be 1% every day, get 1% better. Right? With that being said, I'm Branden Ward. Thank you for the